Sup guys, just a quick theory video. You know, I might not be right, it's a theory, it's my opinion. I want to know what your opinions are, leave them in the comments. Today, we are talking about what did Finn want to say to Rey. Let's get into this. I think it's quite simple when you break it down. If you look at Finn's character, he is someone that has never known family, love, or any sort of stability. He is scared of accepting that at first, to the point where he wants to run. But once he fully does accept it, he wants to sacrifice himself in The Last Jedi. He wants to end himself just to save everybody else. He's gone from trying to run away from these people to realizing they're the only family he ever had. The first person he meets that gives him human interaction is Poe. He says, "What's your name?" "No, that's a number. I'm giving you a name, man." And then obviously his interactions with Rey from the start. He's so worried about her, the connection he makes with her instantly. And I don't think it's a love thing, because this whole trilogy hasn't had a love triangle, and that's something that's been refreshing. Rey, I never told you that. Boom. Scene ends. What do you think fits perfectly? At first, I was like, I love you. It's a bit corny. You don't have to be afraid. Kind of works, but also a little bit, you know, patronizing. What's funny is he kind of goes, Ruh. So he's either going to say Rey again, or he's going to say Ren, which is what he refers to Kylo as, which I personally think is the correct choice. And I think it's going to be more along the lines of, Ren isn't your family, we are. Because Finn understands this dynamic. And it's expressed even more in the next scene, because when Rey asks him, she says,
"So what was it? What you were going to tell me?
When?
When you were sinking in the sand, you said, I never told you."
Tell you later.
You mean when Poe's not here? We're gonna die in sand burrows and we're all keeping secrets?
I'll tell you when you tell us about all that shifty stuff you do.
he has no problem with telling Poe. He's just a little bit embarrassed about this situation, but he's also keeping Poe at a bit more arm's length, because that's how Poe's doing. And it's like, look man, I love you, so why are you keeping secrets from me? But with Rey, I think he's trying to get across, like, look, you're in this search for your family. I don't know who my parents are either. That doesn't matter. I've got all of you guys and we're cool. And I'm going to be with you until the end. I'm not going to let you go through this on your own. Like, and I think that's what she needed to hear. Later on, when Rey races off, Finn's chasing after her, and Poe's like, no, look, she's gone off. We can't do anything. You'll kill yourself trying to do it. That kind of vibe. And he's like, she's not herself. You don't know what she's fighting. And Poe says, oh, and you do? And he says, yeah, I do. And so does Leia. Because I think it's this understanding, and I mentioned it in my Rey video a bit, about this whole overbearing religious meaning. Like, Leia has watched all of her family destroyed by the Force, whether it be the good side or the bad side of the Force, you know? And she can see it destroying people, and she can see Rey's obsession with finding out who she is doing the same thing, something that Finn has come to terms with about who he is, accepted, and can see is destroying someone else. And I think it's really unfair that we didn't get that put across properly. If you picked up on these sort of things, I think that's what they were going for. But, you know, I think it would have been nice to drive this home a bit better, because this is the family that he's trying to keep together. He's trying so hard not to lose her. That's why when she says, I'm gonna go on my own, he says, we're coming with you. That's why he's the one that's like, let's hold hands. He's the one that's constantly bringing them in, keeping the hope alive, even more so than Rey. Rey just wants to know what's going on with her. He wants to make sure that no one loses themselves and that no one else dies, and that he can stop the pain that the First Order is bringing, because he's seen it firsthand. Whatever problems you may have with the Rise of Skywalker, I really like the scenes where all three of them were working together, and I feel like we missed a lot of that because they were separated heavily in other movies. And what was so great about it was, a lot of the first trilogy, even when Luke went off, you kept the other players in motion together, so you get to know their characters better. And this movie's just sort of all thrown it in here. Like, Finn at this point is so stable within himself. He's such a confident person, playing in between the middle, just trying to get the best out of both of them so no one's at each other's necks. Even for Chewie, the amount of love that you can see that they've all grown off screen that we didn't get to see, I think would have made this line have a lot more meaning, and maybe he wouldn't have had to say it, and that's what they wanted to go for. But because of how mix-mashed all of the messages were at times, we didn't get to see that. Anyway, that's what I've been thinking. Let me know if you think it's right. Let me know what you think could be the answer. Maybe we'll never find out. Maybe we will find out. Who knows? Yeah, I just want to say, like, on a personal level, thank you so much to the response that the channel's got, and some of the recent videos, especially the Rey's lightsaber color one, because that's been such a great debate, and I'm seriously overwhelmed, and I'm literally like now, like in a kind of good bad way, like, oh, now I have to make more. videos on this sort of content and stuff, which isn't really what my plans were. I just wanted to make a video that I really felt strongly about. But this is, again, is something I like, looking at the things that go unanswered. I don't like looking at the things that people are always going to debate all of the time and reference back to canon and stuff, because, hey, they'll tell us what it means when the time comes, and they'll retcon it if they need to, and they've done that 1,000 times over. So a lot of those conversations are just passing the time. But this is, hey, what do you think about Finn's character, and where do you think his head was at when he said that? What do you think he was going to say? So yeah, I much appreciate everyone out there. Much love to you. May the Force be with you. This is the way. I have spoken. There's so much like catchphrases. So, you know, just take it easy.